Hi, I'm Frank Roberson, IBB Pro, and you're watching The Fit Show.
Live, Venice Beach, Gold's Gym. So you worked your way on up.
Hi, I'm Frank Roberson, IBB Pro, aka the Texas Tornado. I'm here with my lovely fiance, Mary Alcorn. Now, the guys at The Fit Show contacted me to show you and teach you my unique posing secrets, tornado style. Let's do it. You know, the first thing you need to be a successful bodybuilder is a support group. The obvious, a training partner. What are your tips, babe, on helping people out with a choreographing routine or helping them with a posing routine?
Well, when I help Frank out with his routine, basically it's being able to help him develop a style. We basically have the Texas Tornado because Peter McGuff dubbed him the Texas Tornado at the Nationals. That led us into being able to develop his style. He obviously is the Tornado. Many of y'all have seen him pose on stage and it's clearly that he's the Tornado, and I just helped him develop the Texas. The first thing you need to do is you need to develop your style. You need to decide, am I a graceful poser? Am I one of those hardcore posers that really needs to maybe pose to rock and roll? Or do I have rhythm? Can I dance to hip hop? Can I entertain in that manner?
Because you just don't want to go out there and do the boogaloo and you can't boogaloo. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
You might want to choose the right kind of music.
Yeah, not everybody can get out there like Frank and break dance, but you can get out there and do your thing and have just as entertaining posing routine.
And we're not saying go out there and spend $25, $50, $100 an hour on a good choreographer. You may just develop your routine, have your partner or someone just say, hey, this is what you need to do.
You also need to be able to listen for music that has a tempo that you're going to be able to pose to. Sometimes music that inspires you just is not the right tempo to be able to truly show your body properly. Part of posing is you still have to show your body. You can't just get up there and be entertaining.
Now, when I did the Nationals, there was a time limit, remember?
Yes.
Okay, it was like 2 minutes, I think it was?
Right. As an amateur, you're going to need to find out exactly how long do I have to pose for, because you don't want somebody to put your music together or you pick out some music that is not going to stay within the time restraints.
Exactly, because I've seen some people do it for maybe have a set time for maybe 3 minutes and the time limit is only 90 seconds. So they're getting right in the middle of their routine and all of a sudden the music gets cut off. And what about the time I was at the Nationals and I was just so energetic, and that's why they called me the Texas Tornado, remember that? I was just off the chain, popping and locking and everything like that, and when I walked off stage, people thought, you know, I was really cocky and stuff like that, but, you know, I just felt the music, I was excited, you know. They called me out first in the call-outs, but sometimes you can be looked upon cocky as that, am I right?
Yeah, you can go out confident, and you should, and that's why it takes a good 6 to 8 weeks of practice prior to actually putting on your posing routine. You need to be careful in treading along the line of cocky versus confident.
Exactly. And it took me about 6 to 8 weeks to practice on my posing. Remember, we started in the garage and some lights. It takes me about 6 to 8 weeks.
Yep, that's kind of making sure that your muscles are actually conditioned for the posing. And it's also getting you that's part of where the confidence comes from. It's pretty scary to get up on that stage, isn't it? I mean, when you first see all those people and the lights are shining down on you, you need to be able to be confident up there, and that takes repetition, knowing exactly what you're gonna do, and it becomes automatic.
Yeah, because I've seen people do a front double bicep and their abdominals just breathing in and out, and all of a sudden they're really not conditioned to even do a front double bicep or to even be on stage posing. So you need to condition yourself in posing.
Because honestly, when he first starts his posing routine, I mean, it doesn't look like what it is when you guys get to see it, where it looks like it was effortless, where he just got up there and it's like nothing for him to do that posing routine. It doesn't start out that way.
No, it doesn't. It starts off in the garage with over 107 degree type weather, Fahrenheit that is, and all of a sudden with some halogen bulb lights, and it starts off ragged. But then the finished product is what you see on stage.
Why don't you tell them about your halogen lights, the conditioning, getting your body ready?
Well, what I do is I went out and bought some halogen bulb lights, 1500 degrees each light. And what I did, I conditioned my body to actually pose in the light. So when I got on stage, I didn't sweat at all because my body was already used to posing under a hot light. And another thing you might want to do is never do the same routine over, because in the NPC, especially in Texas, those same judges see you constantly over and over again. And all of a sudden the judges are like, oh, well, that's the same music I had. And then they start looking away from your physique because you're going to come out with the same music. So you want to try to change it up a little bit. The
same posing routine over and over again, just, we've all been there. We've all been part of the audience, and it's boring. And you need to be able to show some creativity.
Exactly. And another thing you might want to do in practicing is to videotape yourself. We used to videotape me all the time. I mean, she would tell me my bicep was low, my bicep would actually be high, and then I would actually go back and look at the videotape, and guess what? She was right. So it's good to videotape yourself.
Yes, that third eye can really be an asset. It can show you things about your body that you need to improve upon, as well as help you actually get your routine completely mastered out.
Another thing, when you're actually at the show, we actually create what's called a goodie bag. And when it's in that bag, I have my oil, my posing suits, maybe even 2 or 3, because you never know what color you're gonna wear that day. You might even have your Walkman, 2 CDs, because you're gonna give one to the DJ. You wanna listen to one also.
You'll want to make sure that you've got your resistance bands to warm up with, because there's not always enough of that to go around backstage. Give them that great tip about the flip-flops.
Oh yeah, check this out. When you're getting ready to go on stage, what happens is usually the floor is not rugged, right? It doesn't have carpet on it. So what you do, you always want to keep your flip-flops on. And right when you step on stage on a rug floor, and before you get on stage, kick off your flip-flops, because what happens is heat escapes through your feet. And if you touch a cold cement floor, your vascularity is probably going to be gone in about 3 to 4 seconds. Now, when you're on stage, you have to understand something. When you walk up the stage, there's an X right in the middle of the stage. That X is where you're going to stand to do your mandatory poses. Now, if you go in front of the X, they have it marked off for a reason. It's going to cause shadowing. And shadowing is the judges can't even see your physique. So you want to try to stay in that range. And also, too, you have right stage and left stage. Sometimes the light might not be set up. So if you over there bright and popping and locking and going over to the left stage, and guess what? You cause shadowing. You know, you might want to just be careful. Maybe even walk the stage even before you go out there.
And as a helpful hint, I know that the judges absolutely hate it when amateurs get up there and they think that they are actually a professional putting on a
guest posing appearance.
So you can be entertaining, but you've got to know where to kind of keep it in line that you're still competing.
Exactly.
You got to leave that part to the professionals, the professional athletes that have that realm to do that.
And another thing is real key is stage fright. A lot of people, I mean, you're out there in your skivvies now, you know, in a bathing suit basically. So what happens is maybe you need to practice in front of some people at the gym, take off your shirt, flex in the mirror so you can get away from the stage fright. Because a lot of people go out there and they're like, you know, like deers, you know, but if you practice everything we teach you ahead of time, you should go out there and make a good little posing routine.
And everybody hates the. Okay, guys, if you're doing this right, you don't have to do that.
They're going to cheer for you no matter what.
The first thing that you need to do in being able to put a good posing routine together is you have to have your mandatories down. So we're going to go through all of the mandatories for you and basically show you how to present your body to the judges. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Frank, starting with the first original pose. This is starting position. Now remember, you should never ever have the arms out. Frank is showing a good pose there with the arms straight down. Now, to be able to bring abs in tighter, sometimes you need to bring your chest down. Front lat spread. Remember to always be positioning your body towards the down position because your judges are way down low. They're always right up front. Also, move your body slightly to show the whole panel of judges from left to right, not just the center judge. Now show them from all the different angles, all the way down the line. There you go. Notice how he is also breathing in and out, letting the breath out to really lock in the pose. Again, showing all the judges, all the angles. Notice how he's holding his body together and moving the entire body back and forth, not just the chest area. And you lean slightly back, holding the elbows more forward is actually showing the bicep. When you pull them forward and the judges are way down here, you're actually hiding the peak of your bicep. So look at it here, now look at it here. Now this one is actually critical as to, depending on your body, you're either going to slightly lean back or you're going to be more straight up and down. When Frank is more straight up and down, this stays nice and smooth. When he leans back, we start getting crinkles here. We don't want that. It depends on your body. You're going to have to experiment with that in the mirror or videotaping yourself, as we told you earlier. Now, there are several most musculars. I am partial to this one for Frank because it really shows off his symmetry. You need to find the most muscular pose that is going to show off your body the best. You have a choice of these different most muscular positions. And then the one arm. Or you can show all of them if you have enough time. Generally, you only have time to show one or two. Now, those were all the mandatory poses. We take those poses and we build the routine from that. Now we're going to actually show you how to create a routine off of the mandatory poses. You start there, and now let's build and move into the next positioning, and we're going to transition and show several different angles of that pose and transition. Taking your hands, Frank has a really, really good way of actually using his hands a lot to take you to the next movement as you're going into your next. Then move your hands, showing the judges, showing your audience where you're going next. Allowing each one to flow to the next. You need to practice this grouping, flowing all of the mandatories together over and over and over again until it feels natural. And then you'll be ready for the next step, and that is bringing your music in and making all of that flow with the creativeness of your style in between the mandatories and make it all pull together.
Well, that's it for today, guys. We'd like to thank the guys at thefitshow.com.
And all you guys out there that tuned in today to check us out.
And if you want to contact us, you can contact us at tinyroberson.com or texastornado.com.
We also have our email address on the website if you would like to contact us for some one-on-one sessions in posing, as well as checking out the supplementation line that Frank's been using to get ready for his shows.
Until next time, tornado style. Peace.
That's my cowboy.
Yeehaw.